Hey everybody, for this video I'm going to be taking a look at a team that I ran with Hippowdon with Thunder Fang, and this team is very weak to charm, but I haven't really been seeing a lot of it at my level, and so I've been running this team. I had a lot of success with it. I think I went 5-2 in the matches that I played with it, and had a lot of success. I would say run it at your own risk because this team is, again, very weak to charm. But I've decided for my intros, I will start with doing cute dog pictures because who doesn't love a cute little puppy dog? I mean, look at how happy that guy looks. Or girl, I don't know. But he's so cute. So anyways, we're going to get into the content. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so for this first game, we're going to be leading Machamp into Magnezone. A very good matchup for Machamp. So he dips out into Swampert. I'm going to safe swap into my Dragonite. And I'm going to bank that he doesn't have Sludge Wave. Most Swamperts in the Ultra Premier are running Earthquake to deal with the Steel types. And so he Hydro Cannons. I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw here. And since he doesn't shield, I'm probably going to look to farm down. Actually, I think that I can get to the second Dragon Claw, which isn't the case because Swampert outpaces, so this Dragon Claw will come off, and it's not the end of the world. I still win switch advantage, and Dragonite has a bit of health left, so depending on what he brings in, this isn't the worst thing in the world. So he comes back in with Magnezone, and this allows him to be able to Spark down, but I do get a Dragon Claw off, and I have 2 counters to Magnezone in the back. So this is not horrible. And I'll probably come in with the Hippowdon here because it resists all of Magnezone's moves. Except for Mirror Shot, which does neutral, but it's a very weak move anyway. So he's going to throw a Mirror Shot here, and look how little damage that does to Hippowdon. And he comes in with Venusaur, so I'll come into Machamp. Venusaur does handle my backline very well, but usually it gets paired with something that's weak to both my Machamp and my Hippowdon, like a Steel type or something of the sorts. So usually it's not the end of the world if they're running a Venusaur. Machamp can fare pretty well with it, so I'm going to shield up these moves because Frenzy Plant will nuke, and I'm going to just try and throw these Rock Slides, get some damage off, and either get a shield or just take out the Venusaur. So I'm going to throw this third Rock Slide. This should come close to killing. Depending on IVs, it might, but it's going to get the Venusaur to one-shot here, and it's going to get a move. So this is going to be taking out my Machamp, and Hippowdon will have to sweep the back line, which should be pretty easy. It's just a very low Magnezone and Venusaur, so Body Slam should do enough to KO. Now gets it very low, and it'll be about maybe 2 Thunder Fangs to take this Magnezone out. 1, 2. Actually, he gets the attack debuff, but it is too little too late, and I'm going to pick up match 1. So I had a lot of success with this team. I played 7 matches with it, and I went 5-2. So this will be game number 2 against Jamesy598. This is just under the veteran rank, and we lead Hippowdon into Empoleon. So yeah, actually I tried running Hippowdon lead, and I just don't think that with all of the Dragonites, with all of the Empoleons, with all of the grass types running around, that it would be in the lead. So he swaps into Machamp, I swap into Dragonite, and I have to shield this Rock Slide because it would do a devastating amount of damage, probably KO. And I'm going to take the early 2-0 shield deficit here, and he is going to shield the Dragon Claw, and he is going to get a move off here. I thought that this was 6 moves, and it would be a cross chop, but I guess he got a move in between somehow. Gets the Rock Slide off, takes the Dragonite out, and I come back into Hippowdon. And what does he have in the back? Is he going to come in with Empoleon? No, he's coming in with Venusaur. So this is not great. I'm going to just get this Earth Power off to try and get as much damage as possible. And it will go through, take about half of Venusaur's health out, but this Venusaur's loaded. It's got a shield. Machamp has not a lot of health and a Dream. He switches Empoleon to catch a move, probably thinking it would be a Rock Slide, but I throw the Cross Chop and it gets shielded anyway, and I can't get to the second Cross Chop, and I'm just going to leave this match because I was just one turn away for everything there. And in this third match, Machamp, once again in the lead into Dragonite. I'm just going to go straight Rock Slide here. If I get his shield, that's fine. I can come into my own Dragonite, and if he doesn't shield, well, wow, he doesn't shield here, and he doesn't even throw the move after the Rock Slide goes through that doesn't kill. So he could have very easily thrown a Dragon Claw at least and try to make the most of it. Comes in with Gengar, and I Rock Slide again. He doesn't shield that either. Maybe he thinks I'm a bait happy person, but no, I just went straight for it and it worked out. I come in with a Hippowdon, farm down. He doesn't throw a move from Gengar either. I was so confused that game as to why he didn't throw a charge move. But I take the win, and game 3 I will be running Machamp into Polytoad. This is a very bad matchup for Machamp, just simply because Polytoad outpaces. So he gets to that first Weather Ball, he gets to the second Weather Ball, and these don't do a ton of damage, but they add up, and since Polytoad just is so spammy, it is able to do well in this matchup, in a neutral matchup, and Cross Chop is just such a weak move that it's not going to be doing a lot. So 2 Cross Chops, as you can see, doesn't even KO Polytoad, and he's going to try and farm down here. Probably has 2 Weather Balls worth of energy, but this Machamp's Cross Chop will be coming through. Doesn't even KO, so I get an early 2-0 shield advantage, but he conserves the Polytoad, comes in with Skarmory. He has 2 XL Pokemon right off the bat in Polytoad and Skarmory, and I have to shield a Sky Attack because it will do a lot of damage, and I throw the Hurricane here because it's more energy efficient, I believe. Yeah, it does a pretty big chunk to Skarmory, and I'm going to throw this Dragon Claw because I don't really want to shield another move, but maybe looking back that was the right idea. It's just the Polytoad is so loaded, and if it has Blizzard, it's going to one-shot my Dragonite. So I'm going to let the Sky Attack go through, and I'm going to get farmed down. I just barely don't get to the Dragon Claw here, and I'm going to have to come into Hippowdon because my Machamp is 1 HP. And I do something really stupid here. He comes back in, Polytoad gets a Weather Ball off, and I'm going to shield it, and I'm going to try to come into Machamp and counter down because I think that the Polytoad is on 1 HP. He lives a counter, gets my Machamp down, and Umbreon is in the back. I could have used my Machamp as a safe swap, but he probably would have got another Weather Ball off onto my Hippowdon, so you never know in that situation. It's so tricky to know what to do, so I'm going to try and get this Earth Power off, try to get the debuff. The debuff doesn't go through, and at this point it's just over. Umbreon XL is so strong in the neutral matchups, and there's nothing I can do. Body Slam won't KO, so I don't even bother throwing it. I try to build up to the Earth Power. I don't even think 3 Body Slams would have KO'd if I would have not thrown the Earth Power, so he takes the match. 3 XL Pokemon, you know, when you want to sweat that hard, you can get some wins. I actually don't have any XLs myself, so I'm just running these. And he has an Aggron lead. That is spicy. And he switches into Tangrowth. I'm going to switch into Dragonite and just tank the first move because these Vine Whips do no damage. And these Rock Slides do not kill. So I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw before he gets to his second Rock Slide here. He doesn't shield, and I'm going to shield up this Rock Slide. I'm just going to take Switch Advantage and say, you know, you got... Oh, actually, no, I don't. I give him Switch Advantage because I have 2 Aggron counters in the back, and I forgot about that. It's a pretty smart move, I would think. I think it paid off because he has the Venusaur here, but I am up on energy because I farmed down the Tangrowth, and I'm just going to throw some Rock Slides now because I have that energy lead. So I think he throws almost right away. And I'm going to shield everything here. I'm going to bait here with the Cross Chop since I'm up. Since he has 2 shields, I would assume that he would throw one of his shields out because Rock Slide at that range would KO. So I'm going to bait again, thinking that I can get the second shield here. And he actually doesn't shield. But that's perfectly fine because I can counter down, and I won't have many problems. So, he comes back in Aggron. I throw the cross chop. He's probably going to shield this, I would assume, because it's double super effective. I come in with a Hippowdon, and at this point, I think my opponent has had enough, and he leaves the match. So, I pick up another win. We're 3-1 on the set, and we are into Game 5. I think I have 2 games left, and we are leading Dragonite into Swampert. Actually, maybe I lost another game. I'm not sure. But Hydro Cannon's coming through. Again, no Sludge Wave on this Swampert. Now this one's Shadow, so I'm going to throw this Dragon Claw before he gets to his second move. And if he doesn't shield, which he doesn't, I'm just going to Dragon Breath down. He's going to get another Hydro Cannon off, but he won't get to the third one, so I'm just going to Dragon Breath down. He comes in with Machamp. I'm going to throw the move because I want to keep switch advantage, and I'm not going to waste this energy. He shields. He's going to counter down, so he's up, I think, 4 counters right now. And I'm going to switch into my own Machamp right away. There's a little bit of lag, but as long as I can fast move deny, I can outpace. And since I'm up with the shield, I can just match him with shields. And this should be a pretty fair matchup for me. So I shield this first cross chop. I think he's got a second one loaded because he didn't throw. He does. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this go. I get the cross chop, or sorry, I get the counter through, and I get countered down, but what I do here is I keep the shield advantage with Hippowdon, and he comes in Typhlosion. He can't get to 2 moves, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to shield, and I'm going to throw right away, because this Machamp is so low, and it doesn't have another move, that I can get this Earth Power off, kill the Typhlosion, and just Thunder Fang down the Machamp, and this game is over. So this is game 7, I think. This is the last game with this Hippowdon team. Lead against Typhlosion, or sorry, lead against Talonflame, different fighter. And I throw the Dragon Claw off right before this third Incinerate gets through. And I'm going to shield because most Talonflame leads, oh my god, say that 5 times fast. They like to throw Brave Bird against negative matchups, and then they like to dip. So he comes into Empoleon, I come into Machamp, throw this cross chop before he can get a move off. It doesn't KO, and he gets the move off. He gets the Drill Peck. This is going to get my Machamp really low. This is actually one of those situations where having a Shadow Machamp would be much more devastating here. And I let the Waterfall get through after the Drill Peck and then counter down so he gets less farm. And I come back into Dragonite because it has such a dominant matchup against Roserade, especially if it's not running Sludge Bomb or Dazzling Gleam. So he throws the Weather Ball, I don't shield. He comes back in Talonflame, and I'm just going to Thunder Fang down. I can tank a move. This is probably another Brave Bird because he had enough time to react. And I'm just going to use Hippowdon as a sacrifice here. And the Roserade actually throws here, so I think it could have maybe farmed down, shielded a Body Slam, but I do have 2 Dragon Claws, so I think either way this matchup is over for my opponent. Yeah, so he's going to shield, and basically my win con here is just get to the 3rd Dragon Claw. And I actually don't think a Weather Ball would KO the Dragonite from here. Roserade is very attack weighted, but Weather Ball is resisted, and I get to the 3rd Dragon Claw anyway, and this is going to take the game. So that is the 5-2 streak with Hippowdon, and there's a little bit of lag because I think my opponent leaves here. But wait! There's one more match. This is not with Hippowdon. This is with Counter Ursaring. And this match is going to be crazy. Picking up a positive lead on the Empoleon because I have the fighting moves. He switches out right away knowing the moveset. And I come into a Alolan Muck rather than Dragonite here. And I probably should have came in Dragonite because it can outpace the Kingdra to a move. Even if the Kingdra runs into a Octazooka, it's still a dominant matchup for Dragonite. So I assume here that he is only at an Octazooka. I don't realize how many Dragon Breaths it takes to get to an Outrage. He throws the Outrage, and I cannot get to the second Dark Pulse, and this matchup looks lost. I have a shield advantage, but he has switch advantage, and he has 3 healthy Pokemon in the back. So I'm going to come into Dragonite now, reveal my whole team to him, and at this point I'm thinking, alright, he got to the first Outrage so quick. I'm thinking this is another Outrage. It's an Octazooka. No debuff. So I'm just going to farm straight down. If he got the debuff, I would have had to throw. This matchup would have been over. So he comes back in Polion, and at this point I'm just going to Hurricane, try to get as much damage as I can. He probably won't shield it, maybe thinking that I would be throwing a Dragon Claw. So it does just about 45%. And he comes into Dragonite. We have 1 shield apiece, and I'm going straight for the Play Rough. Now, if this gets off, this match is over. But I don't know if the opponent didn't know my moveset. And the Play Rough gets through. This Dragonite gets KO'd. And he comes back in Polion, but I have a shield, and these Waterfalls will not do enough damage. And he leads this match. And Ursaring takes the game. What a crazy match. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it this far, please leave a like. That would be much appreciated. Comment elephant beans so I know that you made it to the end of the video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.